Greetings, Losties. We've just watched episode 14, The Variable. Faraday's back and it's all kicking off on the island. This is the official fan show for Lost on Sky One. One for the ladies. Paul Terry, how you doing, fella?
High five.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Come on.
Another one for the ladies who've set their standards a little bit lower. It's Geeky Tom.
Unbelievable.
How are you doing?
Well, all right.
Hey, okay, enough of this in-boy bickering and stuff like that. Wasn't this episode brilliant?
Oh, yes.
It was awesome, man!
And we have to say, 100th episode of Lost.
Oh,
We just
congratulations, Lars. Well
Come on.
done. Well done indeed.
Amazing.
Awesome. Okay, right. At the end of the episode, let's start there. We have this because all the time's jumping all over the place. It seems fitting. Faraday is shot and killed by his mum.
Yeah.
Did you understand what was going on? Because Tom and I think you've not grasped anything that happened in this episode.
I did, but I don't think I explained myself as the credits were
Why did
rolling.
she shoot him?
Okay, so how do we sort of reference this? White-haired older mother had to send him back knowing he was going to get shot.
Right,
But all the way through his life, it seemed like she's been coaxing him a bit like Abaddon does with Locke.
Yeah.
Because of the variables, just in case a variable of him making his own free will changes that path, so she's been pushing him.
Can't change it. Yeah, good.
Tom.
Yes, good. Glad
Destroy him.
I'm glad you came to me.
Okay.
This.
All right.
You can. There's no point. Whatever happened. That she wasn't. She was always meant to coax him. There's no.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's
he's
your
not a
interpretation.
variable at all. There are
Okay.
no such things as variables.
He had to go back to the island
Yeah.
to speak to Desmond.
Yeah.
That's it, pretty much. That's it.
And to tell probably the Losties what to do. Now
Yeah.
they're going to carry on his cause of getting the atom bomb and blowing up the.
The hydrogen bomb.
Yeah.
There is no way that Faraday's mum thought he could change the time.
I thought that for a second, but then, you were right on that. I just thought that the whole essence of the variable was that, but, okay, we disagree.
He kind of contradicts himself so many times.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh yeah, you can change things."
Yeah.
But then now you can't, and he's a bit mental. But I think you definitely cannot change stuff because
Even though he believed strongly that you could.
that he was going to die by her hands.
And you were saying because that all had to happen to save the island, it's all about protecting the island.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That
Okay,
makes sense,
no,
that
I'm
makes
with you on that. I just...
He's doing that. Well, let's agree to disagree. It's a
No,
coward's way out of an argument.
No, I don't.
Hey.
I don't wholeheartedly agree with what you're
Can
saying.
I have a little bit of respect from you both, please? Because I've been saying for quite some time that Jim Robinson is Faraday's father.
I don't remember you saying this.
Watch the previous episodes of the Lost Initiative.
You've done this before. You've said I was saying that all along, and then you never had.
I've been saying it for ages.
It's ringing a vague bell. Yeah, a small one. But it's,
So thank you, me, for that. But Faraday's plan was to detonate the hydrogen bomb to stop what we assume is the incident, them tapping into the ground and that mass release of energy, which is the incident.
Yes.
But he can't stop the incident.
No.
So even if they get the hydrogen bomb and blow that up, then that has to be the incident. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, I'm on Tom's level for a change.
okay, so if you follow that through, what's going to happen then if what you're saying is absolutely bang on correct to everybody from the future in the past when that occurs? As in the cast of Lost.
It's
What's
their,
gonna,
it's
what's
their
gonna happen?
presence.
It's their present, so they can all die in their present.
Yeah.
So,
What?
how will there be a show? How will there be a season after that? If that goes off, as you say...
If they all died, then they obviously won't. So they obviously won't all die. But you need to realise that if you die, they're in their presence.
But I said that during the show, you can die in 1977.
Because it's their presence.
Exactly.
As in, if they were to go, if they saw themselves in the future, say that we have a flash forward, then we'll know that they are invincible and they could try and kill them because they've already seen themselves in the future. But as we haven't, and that's their current present, then they can die.
We can see some things are going to happen now. Chang, by the way, excellent when Faraday's just bursts on. I've got to do this, and he goes up to Chang and says, "Look, this is your son, and this is what's going to happen."
Yes.
I think we have to assume that Chang is going to evacuate at least some people off the island. All the kids. I mean, Charlotte's going to go. Miles is going to go.
I don't think it's going to be because of what they think it's going to be. I think they're going to get evacuated because they think they've been infiltrated by the others.
Okay, yeah, that's a very good point.
And it's all kicking off. And it's probably not going to be at all to what they think it is. This is the thing. I think the Losties have had such a big impact on the history of the island. They didn't even realise.
that they've caused the evacuation. So by the Losties being on the island, they've saved lots of people's lives.
Well, it's kind of they're filling out their destiny. They're doing, they're taking part in their destiny. That was always meant to happen.
Going back to Miss Hawking shooting Faraday, and he says, "Oh, you're my mum." She's not going to believe that, is she? But supposing Jack and Kate then come out from the bushes and say, "Well, actually, yeah, he was. Look, here's his journal or something." That's what's going to happen, isn't it? Because she's not just going to believe.
This was an idea that I had.
Seconds before it happened.
Seconds.
Literally seconds. As the box was, the journal-shaped box was put on the table in the Indian restaurant. Yeah. Tom goes, "Oh yeah, I bet she gives him the journal." How did you see that coming?
I was trying, for ages, I was trying to work out.
And then he said, "Oh, it's easy to predict these things as they set it up for you, isn't it?" Well, yeah, of course it is. If you'd have said that 3 weeks ago, I'd have been impressed. An email from Caitlin. "I'm American, so if you read this on the show, I think you should attempt an American accent." Oh, I'm always up for doing an American accent. "I have a few points that make me wonder if maybe Dan isn't gone for good. 1. The Comic-Con video. I think it has basically been determined that it is the voice of Daniel Faraday behind the camera in the video. I won't actually. It is Daniel's
New York reporter accent.
It's like Kinky John Fowler.
Kinky John. It is Daniel Faraday behind the camera in the video to the future that Pierre Chang records."
How? What?
There is a video of him talking to the future, isn't it? If you were seeing this.
That was at Comic-Con.
The Comic-Con video.
Last year, ages ago.
When did Daniel record that video with Pierre if he is dead? Well, sometimes, let's be honest, the writers sometimes forget things, don't they?
I don't think, maybe there will be a point, they'll write it in somehow.
Okay, but she's basically saying he doesn't think he's dead. So it didn't seem like Pierre was all too convinced about Daniel's claim in this episode. Maybe in 6 hours, when Daniel's predictions come true, he'll be a lot more certain and willing to talk and maybe record a video that we broadcast through a pinhole to the future. The wound. Was Faraday's wound really any worse than the one that little Ben Linus had and was just healed from? Yeah, it was a lot worse.
Well, hang on, I've had a bit of a... What happened to Ben Linus? Had a bit of one of those...
Went to the temple.
Ideas, I think that's what they're called. Went to maybe gets taken to the temple.
Okay.
And he gets otherified.
But Ben Linus wasn't dead. He was like...
There wasn't...
it was all that.
The camera hung
Faraday, that was a dead... And I think if he's not dead, I think the viewers are going to be very upset by that, aren't they?
Well, I think when you do that kind of shot at the end of an episode of any other series, that looks like the character's died. So yeah,
he did the blank glazed look, didn't he?
It was for a while.
Got another point. The journal, number 3. "I'm not sure if this proves or disproves anything, but just want to point out that back when Caesar, the bad guy, the bang cap with the shotgun, was searching the office at the Hydra, he found some of Faraday's notes photocopied from his journal. If I remember correctly, they were slightly different from the first time we saw them when way back in the concert. So how did those notes get out there? Also, who has the journal right now? Did he give it to Pierre in this last episode or just try to? Is it still his person? He could have given it to Chang. Yes. Could have slipped it in Chang's.
But I think it got given to his mum. I think it'll be on him and it will get given to his mum. Yeah. There we go.
I think that. Jack will come out and say, "This is what's your son? Have a look at this. Here's the evidence." Yeah. Good email. Thank you for that. Forum posts from Oceanic6415. "Did anybody else get the feeling that Ellie was fully aware Daniel was her son when she shot him?"
No, not at all.
No. If you want to get in touch with us, you can send us an email to lostonsky1@sky.com. Lostonsky1@sky.com. We're on the Bebo, the Facebook, the MySpace, and the Twitter. Very popular with the kids at the moment, so come and join us there. We've got an email from Jeremy, who says, "Dr. Chang must believe what Faraday says, as we know that Miles and his mother leave the island. Sawyer and Juliet will tell Dr. Chang the truth and what is going to happen with the purge, etc. What if Chang survives the purge and escapes the island? That might be true. Maybe he works on setting up the new DI with Bram and Ilana. They then follow the Losties back to the island and we have the coming war. Maybe Dr. Chang is in the metal box." That's awesome. That is awesome.
I quite like that.
What as?
Or his arm. Or something.
Okay. Why is he in the metal box?
Well, I think maybe Jeremy's being a little bit flippant there.
Okay, right.
But it would be awesome if he comes he's like half robotised now.
I'm Dr. Chang.
But the first bit, you had a good point about that. He must believe what Faraday says because he gets people dying. Yeah. Well, maybe that's because the Losties are now outed.
Yes.
And that's all got a bit nasty. But we don't know what happens to Chang, do we? I've always assumed he's dead in the present day, but we have no evidence of that.
No.
Yeah, I assume he's dead.
Now, very, very exciting. It was an exciting scene back on the island, 1977. Exciting scene with the Losties, pretty much all together in the room.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. And it all there's the lovely bit where Sawyer calls Kate Freckles and then Juliet's like, the code is awful. This. Sawyer and Juliet are in very serious trouble. Yeah. They got guns pointing. Who's the bald dude? I keep forgetting his name.
Rzinsky. Stewie.
He's awesome, isn't he?
He's great, isn't he? He reminds me of those Bond villains from Diamonds Are Forever, like the
slightly camp ones.
Yeah,
a little bit creepy.
Yeah. Really freaky. I used to be really scared of those when I was a kid.
And it was a great shootout with Jack and Kate and all
Fuel
of that.
Casing, yeah.
Sawyer and Juliet are in very serious trouble now, aren't they? They're going to get.
Yeah, but I've got the faith.
We're coming up
to
the final episodes of the season, and there's always some kind of rescue. There's always a lot of violence in the final episodes. Wonderful violence. A lot of it from Saeed.
Where's Saeed?
Well, where is Saeed? There's so many things unanswered. But there's generally people being held at gunpoint and other Losties coming in and rescuing. I mean, Hurley famously driving the Volkswagen on over whatever. Who do you think is going to rescue them? What are Hurley and where's Jin?
Well, I'm trying to work out, the whole stuff about Juliet and Sawyer when they're saying you've got each other's back.
Yeah.
Are they actually all planning then to go back to the beach at this point and just?
They're saying we're going to go back to the beach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is
surely a sensible idea, really.
And stick with me because I won't explain this very well. But this is now surely going to tie in with the bit a few episodes ago where they're on the boat that they find the two boats on the beach and they get in one and someone shoots at them.
Oh yeah.
It's going to tie in with that. We've not had that. Tied up. Does Juliet still trust Sawyer? That relationship's got to be over, isn't it?
But no, she was still holding his hand. She wasn't like, get away from me. She was still.
She knows her duty, but I think once they get out in the open, she's going to be off trying.
But they've had 3 years of relationship. So
hey, I've been in relationships that have lasted longer than that and ended. They end, man. It can happen.
Shouldn't say Freckles.
I shouldn't have said Freckles. So that's the thing. We've got an email from James. It all seemed a bit too convenient that Rzinsky turned up in the van with guns at the same time as Jack, Kate, and Dan were picking up guns, almost as if they'd been tipped off. Not sure who by. Maybe one of the Losties is a double crosser. Juliet, maybe. Well, no, I kind of think that Juliet may be up to some shenanigans. But
you two think
it's hostile-related shenanigans, not Dharma-related shenanigans.
I think Rzinsky just turned up because it's a TV programme and they needed to do that. That's just the way it is. Okay, very quickly. Miss Hawking goes to see Penny, who I'm falling in love with. Penny, that is. She's a real stunner. And she says the weird thing, I don't know what happens. And for the first time, I'm not sure what happens, which means she's at the end of her knowledge, I guess.
Correct.
Where has she got her knowledge from?
Of course.
Faraday's book.
Yeah.
Faraday's book must be where it came from. So, but does that mean that it's now operating on, I don't know, a fate? Or is there anybody that knows what happens next?
No, maybe that's it. Maybe that's why, we got to this point in the show when it's all bets are off.
An email from Lost in Time says, when the nurse said to Penny to come to the recovery room and that the other nurse would watch the child, I got a real chill. I think someone will come in and steal Charlie. Oh, Widmore's out and about, isn't he?
Good one.
Maybe Charles Widmore, who'll use him as a pawn to make Desmond go back to the island. Widmore is out and about. He's going to nick the kid. Of course, that's what he's going to do.
And that's maybe why he can't have a relationship with his daughter, because he would have to do this.
Yeah, I love it. Paul Terry, this episode, I'm going to give you 2 words today. Sum it up for me, please.
Constantly variable.
He's good. You can tell he's a writer. I tell you what, Tom. Could you sum it up in a series of hand gestures? Works for me. Good stuff. There we go. He's still doing it. Our midweek edition is released this Wednesday at sky.com/lost. More Faraday and Miss Hawking chitty chat. Also, talks about Richard Alpert and more of your emails, questions, and the best of your theories. So please join us Wednesday. Until then, namaste. Tom, destroy him.